Hi, and welcome back to Thone's Hebrews Nibbles number 174. Concluding Religious Directions, Section 2, Jesus and the Lord, Part 1 of 4. Symbolic Interpretation of Jesus' Crucifixion. Okay, in this section we have not read the scriptures, so we're going to go through that now. This is Hebrews chapter 13, verses 12 through 17. Wherefore Jesus also, that he might sanctify the people with his own blood, suffered without the gate. Let us go forth, therefore, to him without the camp, bearing his reproach. For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come. By him, therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to God continually. That is, the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name. But to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices God is well pleased. Obey them that you have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they must give account. They that may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable to you. The symbol of his sacrifice. Why is this in the Bible? Understanding the break between Old and New Testament promises. And the communications is gospel versus the law. Application to me. It is symbolically important that Jesus' crucifixion occurred outside the city of Jerusalem. But you haven't heard that one before. The city and the camp before it was the dwelling place of the Israelites. Thus, one could argue that his death within the city was strictly for the salvation of the Jews. However, it occurred outside the city, and thus away from the Levitical influence. So very important to Judaism. Thus his death, burial, and resurrection was symbolic as the salvation of all people. The Levitical law does not promise eternal atonement, but Jesus' sacrifice does. So, if you think about it, and it's not much of a stretch to really get on the bandwagon for this, that he could have been crucified in Jerusalem, or in a less legal way by the Jews. But he was not. He was not crucified by the Jews, and he was not crucified in the city of the Jews. He was crucified by the Romans, Gentiles, out in the Gentile world, and thus salvation is for everybody in the world, not just for the Jews, not just for the Gentiles, but for everybody. God says the entire world is offered salvation. If there's anything important that I ever say to this camera through this microphone, it's that statement. The entire world is offered salvation. Now we know that the entire world does not accept that offer, but the important thing is that I say to everyone that I can possibly be heard by, Jesus wants to save you. If you have faith in him and you apologize for your sins, then you can be saved. And then you don't have to apologize anymore, because he took them all on it for him. My response: Lord, thank you for this gem of understanding, your word in our lives. This is a gem, a true gem. Salvation. Salvation. You know, we talk about all kinds of, you know, rare things. The rarest of the rare is free salvation given to everyone who accepts it. What a gem. What a shiny, beautiful gem. We'll talk to you next time.